Hi, good evening. So this is Chandrasekhar. So I'm here today to share some insight about JavaScript. So if you're wondering what is JavaScript, so it's one of the scripting language which is used for the web development. So whenever we speak about web development, so normally we get to hear some of these words called as HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery, Angular. So these are the things which are currently being used in the web development by most of the companies to develop their web pages. So I'm here today to explain about how we can get started with JavaScript by using Eclipse as one of the IDE. So there is no compulsion that you should always have Eclipse. So since we can also develop applications using Java, we can use one of this tool called as Eclipse, which will help us to build the applications. So for which I have downloaded a software called as JDK. So the latest version currently available when this was being recorded was JDK 1.8. Along with that, we had been using Eclipse Neon, so which is one of the packages which is shipped by the Eclipse community, so which we are using for developing the applications. So by default, once you launch Eclipse, you will be getting this screen called as welcome. So once you close this welcome window, so you'll be ending up with this perspective called as Project Explorer window with J2 Java EE perspective. So basically with this, we can develop the web applications using Eclipse. So for which I'm creating a new project by saying file new. Now since we are working with JavaScript, so it is as good as calling it as a client-side programming. So basically the client-side programming means I don't require any server. So whatever I want to develop, whatever I want to execute, everything can happen on the same system. So I'm creating a new static web project. So you call this as JavaScript. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, if you're still wondering what is JavaScript, so JavaScript is a scripting language which is normally used for the client-side coding. So basically, when you say client-side coding, so anything that the code has to be executed on the client system. So for which we go for client-side coding. So for which JavaScript is one of the scripting language which will help you for making your web pages dynamic. Okay, then how do we work on this? So all you need is a simple HTML for that. So I'm created a project called as JavaScript, selecting the web content, right click, say new. I'm creating a new HTML file. Okay, so in case if you're building any web pages, you will need an HTML file. Hence, I'm creating a HTML file by name JavaScript1. So I'm creating a file by name JavaScript1. So this is going to be the file name. So the moment you click on finish, you'll be getting the template of HTML. So normally we call this as HTML structure which contains a doc type, specifying which type of doc type of the HTML has been used. So followed by this we have HTML. So let's remember that whenever you create any web page, you have to have the HTML followed by the head section. So that gives the head part of the page followed by the body. So all the content that you want to render on your web page. So I would like to make few changes to the template offered by Eclipse. So I'm creating this page. So let me give this title as JavaScript 1. So whenever you want to work